We can go to Donald Trump, who is talking about Iran, I believe.
This much of my second term, but very simply, when they say, does he have a plan? Yeah, I have a plan. The plan is very simple. You know, in war, you have to change. You have to be flexible. You have a lot of plans, but you have to do different plans in different days. But I have a great plan. But the plan is they cannot have a nuclear weapon. And they didn't say that in their letter.
Mr. President, given the leadership changes that you've talked about in Iran, is this still a leadership that you believe you can negotiate with and ultimately reach a peace?
I think so.
With?
Well, you have two. You have the moderates and you have the lunatics. And I think the moderates are more respected. The lunatics want to fight till the end. You know, it'll be a very quick fight. But I call them. You have, just like our country, we have lunatics too. I call them lunatics. I call them stupid people too. But in Iran, they have the moderates. They're dying to make a deal, and then you have the lunatics. And I guess they're a little bit afraid of the lunatics, but and why not? The level of ferocity for protests. You know, the people are watching it. They want to go out on the streets. They have no weapons. They have no guns. We thought the Kurds were going to give us weapons, but the Kurds disappointed us. The Kurds take. They have a great reputation in Congress. Congress says, oh, they fight so hard. No, they fight hard when they get paid. So I'm very disappointed in the Kurds. But they were given, I said it wasn't going to work, by the way. I just have to say it. I disagreed with what they did. They gave it. I said, they'll never get there. And I was right. I like to be right. In this case, too bad. But we sent some guns with ammunition, and they were supposed to be delivered, but they kept it. I said they're going to keep it, but what do I know? I've only been doing this a short period of time. What do I know?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place?
What?
For the time being, the ceasefire remains in place?
You know, it's unbelievably weak, I would say. I would call it the weakest right now. After reading that piece of garbage they sent us, I didn't even finish reading it. I said, I'm not going to waste my time reading it. I would say it's one of the weakest right now. It's on life support. They understand. These are all medical people. Dr. Oz, life support is not a good thing. Do you agree?
Bad prognostic.
I would say the ceasefire is on massive life support, where the doctor walks in and says, sir, your loved one has approximately a 1% chance of living. Yeah.
Mr. President,
Daniel, go ahead.
Yep.
One of the best reporters in Washington.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Oz referenced this a little early. Two questions on healthcare, if I can. The Council of Economic Advisors released a report saying that the most favored nation drug deals will generate about $529 billion in domestic savings over the next 10 years across all markets. How transformative are these deals?
And makes people better.
Yeah, it does. How transformative are these deals for millions of Americans? And do you believe that the most favored nation drug deals are the Republicans' golden ticket to the midterms?
I think the Republicans should walk away with the midterms. Now, typically, whoever is president, they vote the other way. Nobody knows this. Do we have a psychiatrist in the group? Nobody knows why, because I think we've had the best president.
I'm going to leave this impromptu news conference there in the White House with Donald Trump, where he described Iran's proposal for peace as a stupid plan. Went on to say that the ceasefire that is currently in place in the region is on life support, and also went on to say that the Iranians did not mention not pursuing nuclear weapons in a letter as well. That's Donald Trump. Let's get over to the White House itself. Mike Hanna is there. Mike, give us a sense of the sort of mood he was in, and indeed what else he's been saying.
Well, he described the Iranian proposal or response to a U.S. proposal that he received as garbage and said that he did not even bother to read it, which begs its own kind of question. But very much a repeating of his greatest hits, saying that the U.S. military is the greatest in the world. He added another detail which was somewhat confusing as well, is that an unspecified they asked him for the U.S. to extract the nuclear disk, as he put it, because the US forces destroyed the facility so thoroughly that the Iranians themselves, or they, cannot extricate that. He was told, according to the president, that only 2 countries in the world can extricate this nuclear disk, whatever that is, and that is the US and China. So he also said there that the ceasefire is on life support, which is perhaps one of the more ominous comments that the president make, but otherwise still insisting that he is going to maintain his red line. That red line, he says, is that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. He disputed any accusation that he does not have a plan. He says he does have a plan, and that is that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. So a repetition of many of the things he's been saying in recent days, with that added addendum, though, of saying that the ceasefire, which he has insisted remains in place despite the conflict between the US and Iran on occasion in the recent days, he's now saying that that particular ceasefire is on life support.
Mike, thank you. Mike Hanna there, live at the White House.